sin makes a man to be entirely and absolutely selfish. Sin makes man utterly and absolutely and totally selfish. Give me. That's the language of sin, isn't it? Give me. Sin is a grasping, greedy thing. Sin is always an appetite that cannot be satisfied. And friend, the more you sin, the more you want to sin. And the more you break God's law, sinners, and the more you want to break God's law. And the more you violate the commandments of heaven, the more you'll want to violate the commandments of heaven. Sin is characterized by a journey down. Sin has all the characteristics of a hard and terrible and bitter journey. God doesn't make it easy for men to go to hell. Thank God for that. The way of the transgressor is hard. God piles up on the road to hell obstacles and blockades and difficulties and barriers to keep you from hell. My, if he had let you alone to go to hell, you would have been in hell long ago. Yes, sir. If God hadn't restrained you by his grace, you would have been damned. The journey, it's a hard journey, friend, going down. My friend, you've gone a long way in that journey, haven't you? How far does sin take me from God? How far does sin take me from holiness? How far does sin take me from purity? How far does sin take me from heaven? And as you look back tonight and think of your childish innocence, and now your heart's depraved and your conscience is seared, and there are skeletons in your cupboard, and in the book of life there's big, dark, damnable blotches. Why? Because sin has triumphed in your life, that's why. Takes you to the far country. Takes you away from heaven, away from love, away from grace, away from Christ, away to death, away to judgment, and away to hell itself. But it's waste. That's what you have done with your life, man. You wasted. You're only a waster tonight. You wasted your talents. You wasted your physical prowess and powers. You wasted the brain that God gave you. You wasted everything that was bestowed upon you by a Father's loving care and a Father's loving grace. And tonight, friend, you wasted many precious years. What a waste it is when a man's damned in hell. A soul that was built to enjoy the presence of God. A soul that was built to sing the melodies of redemption for all eternity. A soul that was built to commune with its Maker. And because of sin, cut off eternally. And down yonder in the caverns of eternal hell, a wasted soul. Sin is lawlessness. Riot is rebellion against authority. And that's what you're doing. You're rebelling against God's authority. What a terrible thing sin is. What grave sin has done. What homes sin has blasted. What lives sin has blighted. What hells sin has created. What awful depressions and depravities and disappointments and disillusionments does sin beget. Sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. When sin finds you, it finds you with everything, and it'll leave you with nothing. Sin will strip you. Sin, my friend, will steal from you everything that you love. And at the end of the day, when sin is finished with you, you'll be shipwrecked on the reefs of eternity. A poor, beggared, bankrupt, hopeless, poverty-stricken soul. Make no mistake about it tonight. When sin finishes with you, you're finished forever. A hunger that can't be satisfied. Is that what you have tonight? A lust that knows no satisfaction. An appetite that cannot be fed. Sin, my friend, will plunge you into the mighty famine. And the last thing about sin, you know what it does with you when it's done with you? It leaves you forsaken. You become a beast himself. And in the company of the old filthy pigs he sat. And when sin finishes with you, it'll leave you forsaken. Forsaken in time. Forsaken